Hello everyone and welcome to Life Begins at 20. My name is Mark and today we have episode 21 of Booster Pack Friday. Just before we get into the video, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has watched and subscribed to my channel. It's literally just been 6 months as of yesterday and I'm so pleased with where we've got to so far, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the year can do for us. So like I've said before in previous videos, if you have anything you'd like to see on the channel that hasn't been done already, do let me know in the comments section below, as I'd really like to know what your thoughts are on this. For those new to Booster Pack Fridays, what we're going to do is open up a pack from the latest set and do it as a draft, but instead of doing Aether Revolt for this time, I've bought a pack of Modern Masters 2017 just because, hey, what's an extra pack to open up after the booster box we've done already? So without any further ado, let's just get stuck in. I hope everybody's had a really good weekend for Modern Masters and had some good drafts and bits and pieces like that. So I'd love to know in the comment section how you got on, because it'd be really nice to see how everybody's done. So we're going to start off with Spike Jester. This is actually a pretty good card to start off with. I mean, black and a red for a 3/1 with haste. Really nice little aggressive creature there. Definitely a good card. Next we've got Vampire Aristocrat. So for 2 and a black, it's a 2/2. You get to sacrifice a creature and give it +2/+2 to the end of turn. Again, plenty of token strategies with Populate as well, so you might have a fair amount of creatures you can sacrifice there, so potentially a useful card to have. Next up we've got Fists of Ironwood. So for 1 and a green, you get to enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 1/1 sapling tokens, and the enchanted creature gets trample as well. So realistically, you're giving 1 creature trample and get yourself 2 tokens, and that's actually pretty decent for the 1 and the green. I'd happy to use that there. Next up we've got Cower in Fear. So for 1 and 2 black, creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 to the end of turn. So that's a nice piece of removal against all the token strategies that may well be in this set. So again, can be quite useful, and instant speed as well is always good. Next up we've got Core Hookmaster. So for 2 and a white, you've got yourself a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature in opponent's control. That doesn't untap during its next untap step as well. So flicker mechanics as well, this could be very, very useful and just tie something down for the period of game. So again, another good card. Next up we've got Rewind. So this is a really nice counterspell here for blue. Instant speed costs 4, but counter target spell, and then you get to untap the 4 lands as well. So that's really, really nice. It's like a free counter spell if you have that much mana up, so that is always good. Next we've got Is It Guildgate. So a nice piece of fixing if needs be. Again, not necessarily going to be anywhere near a first pick, but always useful. Next up we've got Sundering Growth. So for either 2 green, 2 white, or a mixture of, you've got yourself an instant speed, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Again, really useful. And then Populate. So this works really, really well with token strategies. So it's a nice piece of instant speed removal for an artifact or enchantment, and getting yourself a load of tokens as well. So that's always good to have. Next up we've got Scourge Devil. So for 4 and a red, you've got yourself a 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+0 to the end of turn. So it's potentially something that you can use to try and get your creatures over the line for the extra bit of damage, or you can pay the unearth cost of 2 and a red and return this from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, exile at the beginning of your next end step, and to be perfectly honest, it's actually better for it to be in the graveyard to start off with than in your hand, just because of how much cheaper it is. You get to be swinging in straight away with the damage as well, so I would rather see this in the graveyard, but always useful. Next we've got Pitfall Trap. So for 2 and a white at instant speed, if exactly 1 creature is attacking, you may pay 1 white rather than its mana cost, and you get to destroy target attacking creature without flying. So again, that is very, very handy to have, especially if your opponent's going for more of a mid-range deck where it's only swinging in with 1 creature or so. So quite useful there, and you can always pay 3 to destroy an attacking creature anyway, so you've got a little bit of versatility there. First uncommon is a great uncommon here with Serum Visions. So for 1, you get to draw a card and then scry 2. So yeah, paying 1, drawing a card, and then you're fixing your next 2 turns potentially as well. Is really, really strong card. Next up we've got Wall of Frost. So for 1 and 2 blue, it's a 0/7 defender, and whenever it blocks a creature, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So it's really nice to just use it as a blocker or a deterrent. They swinging in, you're going to stop them being able to do anything for the next turn as well. So it's really nice in a blue style control deck while you're just trying to find the bits that you need to really help the deck evolve. And Vampire Nighthawk, that's a really great card to have as well. So for 1 and 2 black, you've got Flying, Death Touch, Lifelink 2/3, and that is fantastic. I can't really say more. It's just a really, really solid card. And our rare for the pack is Hellrider. So for 2 and 2 red, it's a 3/3 with haste, which is always really nice. Whenever a creature you control attacks, it deals 1 damage to defending player. So this is really, really nice in a nice little red aggro strategy, or red and white. Just really smashing in there for a lot of extra damage. This could do a hell of a lot of work for you as well, and I really do like that. And our foil is Core Skyfisher. I mean, it's not the best foil in the world by any stretch of the imaginations, but for 1 and a white, you've got a flying 2/3 where you bounce something back to your hand as well. So that's actually really nice to have. You could bring this in, bounce a land back to your hand if needs be, or another creature that's got an enter the battlefield effect. So that's always going to be useful. And an angel token. There were some pretty decent cards that we could choose from. I mean, you got the likes of Vampire Nighthawk, Serum Visions, Core Skyfisher if you wanted to play a bounce mechanic for more enter the battlefield's abilities, but I had to go with Hellrider. A 3/3 creature with haste for 4 mana that always swings in for 4 damage whenever he attacks is actually really nice to have. Plus, if you're going to be playing a red-green populate mechanic deck that is very, very good within Modern Masters 2017, then his ability is going to become even better. Whenever any of those creatures swings in for an attack, he will do an extra 1 damage per creature to the opposing player, and that's really nice because it's just going to be swinging over the top of all of their creatures. Such a good card, and really nice way to finish off a deck if needed, or just be able to swing in as a beater on turn 4 as well. That's just great. So there we had a pretty decent pack. I mean, not the best for value by any stretch of the imagination, but to be perfectly honest, I wasn't expecting it to be, considering me and my partner opened up a Tarmogoyf, a Liliana of the Veil, and a Foil Damnation in the packs we opened before from it. So it's not the end of the world. In terms of cards of actually, fun to draft, they've actually been pretty good. I mean, I could have picked any one of Serum Visions, Vampire Nighthawk, or the Hellrider, which I actually chose in the end. So again, do let me know in the comment section below what your choice would have been. For those that have drafted it more as well, it'd be very, very interesting to see what you guys would have picked. As I said in the previous video, next week's Booster Pack Friday episode is going to be postponed only because of the new dual deck being released on that day. So I'm going to be doing a review of Mind vs Might just to see what it's like, and then over the weekend as well, I'll hopefully have a gameplay video of the dual deck with me versus my partner, so that'll be great fun to do. If you enjoyed the video, do hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.